I've seen some McCree Winstons in my day, and if you don't know what a McCree Winston is, it's a McCree who goes into the enemy team 1v6 like he's a Terminator and ultimately ends up dying. Now, it doesn't matter if this McCree has 100% accuracy with all of his shots being headshots if he only gets 3 shots off. Trying to trade kills like this, or getting caught out and dying, this is indicative of a general sense of bad positioning. However, observation is not analysis, and there's a lot more that goes into it. In this video, we're going to be on the Temple of Anubis, trying to demonstrate this map as an example with McCree, and we're going to be talking about how to abuse the opponent's line of sight, damage fall off specific to McCree, the opponent's positioning, the opponent's team comp, and the opponent's ultimates. These are all things that factor into your positioning. Positioning isn't static, it's dynamic, it's ever-changing, and let's go right into it. So right now I'm going to use this pillar as an example. So let's say they go into the right room, right? First of all, you're going to experience damage fall off at this range, but you have to think about the trade-off. So let's say they don't have a hero like Genji, Diva, Winston, they don't have a dive comp, they just don't have heroes to challenge verticality or high ground. That means that you're safe, so there's no risk or very little risk, and you're just trading off a bit of damage. Now here you're not going to experience that much damage fall off. It'll be very minimal. It'll be around, let's say, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 damage max. McCree's damage fall off range is 20 meters. It's half that of Soldier 76. So let's say you're in the Soldier 76 matchup. Usually you don't really want to trade with him, as you will experience severe damage fall off since he has double your range basically, and you kind of want to take the closer battles, right? So now that we have that out of the way, it's always important to consider the damage fall off when thinking about your positioning. So before just saying, oh, I'm going to get out, caught out and die, think about all these kind of steps. What is the team comp run that they're running? Can they challenge my high ground? If not, I'm going to abuse it. What kind of damage fall off do I experience? What's the trade-off with damage fall off? And those kind of things is what you really want to think about. Now on the flip side, let's talk about how to abuse the opponent's line of sight. So it's very similar to damage fall off, since it does tie in a bit here. Is, let's say that they're coming from main here. So soldier is coming from main. We're going to assume they have a soldier. And you're going to experience damage fall off at this range, right? But what's more important is you can contest the Reinhardt shield war right here, if they do come in with a Reinhardt, and you can hide from his line of sight. But he can't completely ignore you, because you can peek out and bully him behind the Reinhardt shield if you must. And you can basically make them fight the Reinhardt shield war on 2 fronts. Let's think about it that way, right? So you can poke at shield at this distance with no damage fall off. You fan the hammer, you do whatever you want. Fan the hammer is more DPS, so that's probably what you want to do versus the Reinhardt shield. Or you can go ahead and poke at the soldier with no damage fall off, since at this range there is no damage fall off. Again, 20 meters is what you're looking at. Now, the other thing that you really want to consider is irrelevant to their team composition is if they come from this left side. Again, positioning is static, it's not it's not static, it's dynamic, meaning that it's ever changing, right? So this positioning might not be good. Let's say they come in from main, weave around, change their mind, come left. It might not be good 5 seconds from now. So it's important that you go ahead, you drop from top. You don't want to contest by yourself, you might get picked off. Because again, they can just see you right there from the left. You're by yourself, you're isolated from the team. Let's say they're running dive comp, they can just jump on you. If they're not running dive comp, they can still get to you because they're right in front of you, right? So you're pretty much in a danger zone there. So what's more important is that you try to group up with your team, try to use this ledge right here to abuse your opponent's line of sight. So you can weave in and out, try to shoot them, and again, you don't experience damage fall off if they do come here. This is within 20 meters. At the very back, you will experience minimal damage fall off, but again, also if they try to, let's say, try to do something very crafty, speed boost past your Reinhardt shield, Earth Shatter, you have something to really stand behind, right? Besides your own Reinhardt shield. So it does provide like cover for you. You know, there's definitely things that you can use here, like audio cues. If they are running a flanker with this composition who splits off from his team, let's say Tracer, you'll be able to hear it from here. There's a lot of things that you really have to consider. Now let's talk about the final thing that I'm going to be talking about, which is the opponent's ultimates, which is also something that should take part in your head in terms of deciding where to position. If they have Graviton, you don't want to really stick to your Reinhardt. You don't want to cluster up. You want to be aware of your surroundings and who's with you, and try to make them pick, well, okay, if he does want to Graviton me, he's only going to get me. Like, you really want to make sure that they have to make a choice. There is a trade-off for them, right? So you have to keep track of their Graviton. Let's say they're playing Widowmaker, you don't want to play in her line of sights. They're playing a flanker, you don't want to get isolated. They're running dive comp, again, you don't want to stack with your heroes, but you don't want to get isolated either. So there's a lot of things that factor into it. Now that's it for this video for McCree. Let me know what hero you want to see next. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments what you would like to see. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in next video. Thanks for watching.